Simon, you've got messages in front of you, so do I. I have to say, what an incredible reaction to the chat I had with young Austin Hunter down at Brighton. Austin's had a tough time of it.
Yep.
A leg amputation following a blood infection. So many of you getting in touch all around the country. Austin, if you're listening, you're still listening with us. What a reaction. Everybody loves you, my friend. Austin is a beacon of hope. I wish him well in 2025. There's Dan, who's a Newcastle fan. Newcastle in action tonight, Austin, against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, live in talkSPORT. What an inspiration Austin is. All the best to him. That's from me, Dan, big supporter of Newcastle United. Stephen in Hackney, I've been in tears listening to that. What a brave boy Austin is. So Austin, we're all with you. And no doubt we'll meet again when we go to another Brighton game. Courtesy of the football club. Paul Barber and the rest of them, Paul Camlin down there, Simon, they never fail to do the necessary.
And I think that's
other clubs as well.
And that's absolutely right. I mean, many clubs, you've seen it. I mean, I remember seeing that beautiful little boy Bradley Lowry and Jermaine Defoe and Sunderland embracing that relationship. And this is the wonderful thing about sport, that it can transcend all of these things and it can bring people into environments where the challenges in their lives at that moment in time are superseded by the excitement and thrill of their heroes and the things that they value, like football clubs being something very meaningful. So it's a very powerful football and sport is a very powerful thing. But all that to one side and all the emotion towards he is a remarkable young man that should be admired for his overcoming of diversity, because it's going to set him up well in life. Because life isn't easy, and his life isn't easy. And the fact that he has the gumption, the wherewithal, and the maturity as a 14-year-old boy to speak the way he did to you about the challenges that he's had and the things that he wants to go and do going forward, I think tells you that this young man is going to be just fine in life. And he must come from a very good family, because that must have been conditioned into him to have that sort of ability to overcome adversity. So they should all, in this moment of difficulty, should be proud of who they are and what they are as a family. I would be if that was my son.
Very much so. Well said, Simon. Mark up in Aberdeen. Thanks to you, Mark. I'm going through things myself at the moment. I was a bit down this week until now. Austin, you're such an inspiration. Thanks for sharing your bravery with us all. And I wish you the very best for your future. Mark, that was very kind of you sending that message in. And Austin, I'll be in touch, and you know I will. Simon, Mo Salah. We finished today on this, and again, Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold, part of the topic of conversation in the chat and the lineup with myself and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and expressions alongside Tony Bellew. But Mo Salah, is he having himself somewhat now? I'm just wondering where we're going with this. Mo has engaged in a bit of cryptic messaging, this time posting an image of himself on social media with Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold as he lined up a free kick against Manchester United on Sunday. It came with no caption, and it prompted Jamie Carragher. He was asked for his thoughts on that, and he says, I think maybe the other two, and he's referring to Trent and Mo Salah, could maybe look at Virgil van Dijk to take a leaf out of his book as to how they're handling their situation at the moment. And Salah responded to that with, I'm starting to think you're becoming a bit obsessed with me. I'm just wondering where it's all going. I mean,
nowhere really, is it? I mean, so he puts a picture of himself up with Virgil van Dijk, and this is what you do on social media, don't you? This is what they do on Instagram. They put pictures of themselves up, and people can work out how interesting that is or it isn't. If Jamie Carragher wants to turn it into a conversation piece, then I don't know why he'd want to do that. I mean, for me, I'm not really interested in whatever message Mo Salah is or isn't imparting. I mean, we are in the social media digital age. We are in the imagery age. Is he having himself? Well, the industry creates this wrapper of these superhuman superstars that are so wonderful that they're beyond anything. So he's not having himself. He's being told by everybody that he's the best thing since sliced bread. So it's not surprising that he has a high opinion of himself, and so he should do. If he has a high opinion of himself, and I mean, if you don't value yourself, no one's going to value you. And there is an element, less of an element about this than the Aubameyang egg timing thing, which infuriated me because I thought the whole world's not waiting for you. Really, they're not. I know maybe you think you are, but we all know. We sit in this studio with Danny where you get in this little world of football and it's all this rarefied. You're all very special people. You're just footballers. That's all. And ultimately, but they are, and I'm going to contradict myself now. Footballers now are more popular than politicians, so it's not difficult. And they have more followers than the Pope. People don't listen to religious leaders; they listen to footballers now. So there is an element of how important are they? Well, they're very important. You've got people like Ronaldo that's got how many followers?
Oh, about 45 million
a
or
billion,
something.
Isn't he? Has he got a billion? Something ridiculous.
Well, I saw something put out on social media the other night. They got 45 million views.
Well, there you are. So this is the kind of influence that they have. So it's not surprising that they take themselves rather seriously. They get paid rather serious money. They got serious influence as a result of it. People hang off their every word. Most of it is drivel, but they still hang off it.
Yeah.
And so it's not surprising that they get carried away with themselves. And they're also in the business of show. Sports is now show business. It's entertainment. So it all goes with the territory. So Jamie's part of that little ensemble, isn't he? With his little Knockabout act with his Chuckle brother friend. So they do it together. So I'm not surprised that that Salah gets involved with his little picture of himself, creating some puzzle as to what could be happening here between the Three Stooges.
I have to tell you, it's not Mo Salah or Van Dijk or Trent Alexander-Arnold that is the name is on everybody's lips this lunchtime. It's young Austin Hunter. The messages coming in regarding Austin are so too numerous to mention, but thanks to all of you for getting in touch. The young Brighton fan who I met at the game against Brentford the other night. Thanks to Paul Barber and Paul Camlin for setting that up. I so enjoyed meeting you, Austin, and I'll meet you again. Arsenal against Newcastle United tonight.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.